Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Nationalist China with me, Delete Kingdoms. It's been a few days, I've been away, but I am finally back and can do some recording. So if you'll remember in the last episode, the Japanese landed here. There was a naval invasion, but we managed to cut them off and destroy them, or were just about to destroy them, with some volunteer divisions here. Apparently though, in northern China, another dangerous invasion is on its way, which I'm guessing is this over here. Not sure where they're going to land. Probably going to try and take this deep water port here that's completely undefended. So what I'm going to do is unassign this division and move it into this deep water port, while simultaneously taking this one here and moving it to this deep water port. Hopefully it'll get there before this invasion fleet comes along. This guy here, the General of the Coastal Defense Army, Sun Li-Zhen, is not defending these ports adequately. He needs to put the... he's throwing his divisions into places where they shouldn't be. Let's unassign this division as well and send that there. Because if this port is taken... Okay, they're halfway through an attack, I think. But if this port here is taken, we're in trouble. We've just literally fought off this invasion. Also worried about our left flank here. It looks like the Japanese are going to try and push through here, and this area is pretty undefended. I think we need to extend this fallback line just a little bit, so let's do that. So I think if we extend it up to, was it up to here? That's right there. It's a little bit extended. Hopefully that'll be okay. There we go. Right, so let's just let it tick over slowly. We have some unassigned divisions here. There, that's fine. Let's attach these to this army. The Chinese North. Okay, I think that all that's good there. Where's this division going? It's been some time since I played the game last. I'm just trying to get my head around exactly what is going on here. Okay, I think our main focus has to be to stop this naval invasion. Let's look at casualties actually. What have we suffered so far, casualties wise? Okay, so since we cut off these Japanese divisions and murdered them here, the Japanese have taken, in total, since the war started, 335,000 casualties, whereas we're sitting just under 200,000. So we are inflicting heavy casualties on them. Okay, so these divisions here are completely unassigned. I think we're going to move this entire army over to this peninsula here, in case the Japanese do try and land there. If they take this port, like I say, then they're going to be able to supply themselves by the sea. We've got no control over the sea. Okay, that threat from invasion appears to have disappeared. I think I'm going to keep this army in reserve and just see where they begin to struggle here on the front. We need to change the colour of it though, because that's what's confusing me. We'll change it to a lovely purple colour. There we go. And we'll call this Army 2. There already is an Army 2, so we'll call this the Mobile Reserve, because that's essentially what it's acting as at the minute. Like a fire brigade that I can just throw in anywhere. There we go. Okay, this division here. Yep. We'll leave them under the command of whatever his name was, Sun Li-Zhen, on the Chinese coast. Let's create a new theatre then for this army. Just call it the reserve, just so things don't get too confusing. Good. I like this. I like how you can organise your divisions to avoid confusion, because this game would get very confusing. There's lots of green here. I'm seeing lots of green. This is good. This is good. So, missing equipment production. Yeah, we're not producing fighters, but we're not really losing fighters, he says. Let's have a look. The war started, we had 115 aircraft in total. We now have 104. So we're not. It's not like our air force is getting massacred by the Japanese. What's our national focus? Let's go and have a look. Reach out to France. Yeah, we were reaching out to France so that we could... where is it? Get some research bonuses on small arms. So we could get some better weapons. Because that's all we're fighting with, really. We've just got men with guns on the front. Very, very limited artillery support. Certainly no tanks. Certainly no specialist infantry. Just basic infantry equipment, but if that's all we're fighting with, then we want the best infantry equipment. Let's let the game tick over. I just hope the West gets involved. What's going on in Europe at the minute? Germany has just annexed Austria, but war in Europe hasn't kicked off just yet, and it is only 1938. Okay, the Treaty of Valencia, nationalist Spain has won the Spanish Civil War, so that's more fascists in the world. That's not good for us. We'll see if nationalist Spain stays out of the war, or... Oh no. Right. This is exactly what we've got our reserve for, because there's a Japanese infantry division has pushed round on the left-hand side of our flank. So let's get our reserve army and send it. Strategically redeploy it around this area here. Let's assign it a front line. Nope, I can't. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, delete that. There we go. Let's assign it to that. The reserve has been thrown into the line here because if they get through here, they're going to bypass the Yellow River line, and there's no fortifications here, which is why they're pushing through there. With the surrender of the last Republican strongholds, the Spanish Civil War has come to an end. The nationalists stand victorious, and a new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in the fighting, and there's much rebuilding to be done. An interesting development indeed. There are no Japanese fleets threatening the coast at the minute. Hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully the reserve... I should have kept the reserve in the middle, really. So that they could deploy equidistant. Because it's going to take them a while to walk to march down here. The infrastructure can't be great. Really, I want to push the Japanese back here, back across the river, and then we can start to extend the line west. So let's put in an offensive line to push them to do just that. Just push them back across the river. As soon as our divisions are in place, these poor exhausted troops who've marched all the way across this flank are now going to be thrown straight to action. What's this? Yunnan wants to send 5 divisions to help us out. Accept that. Where are those divisions? Here they are. Right. I'm going to add them to the reserve army. Okay, reach out to France, it's done. That improves relations with France. That allows us to go towards small arms expertise. But this is... this is mutually exclusive with something. So they need to have a relation of at least 75 with us. That's why we can't select it. I don't meet the requirements. What's our relation with France like? You would have thought that would have boosted it. That's what we've just done, but it's 30 at the minute. So we need to use some political power to improve relations. Let's do that. Look at Europe, all reluctant to help us. Little do they know they're going to be fighting fascists very soon. In the meantime then, British cooperation? Cannot have this and reach out. Okay, God, it's one or the other. Guarantee the HOI route. Okay, so this will be a supply line from French territory to ours. Effect will give us 3 military, add 3 off-map military factories. Yeah, let's do that. Don't meet the requirements. Why? Ah, because we need to build relations with France. God damn it. Chemical Research Institute, can't do that. Let's go for a construction engineering then, just to speed up construction of the defensive line. Because if we look at that, we are still building all these land forts along this line. Killing Japanese soldiers while simultaneously trying to build up our defences. Level 2 here, yeah, we're trying to build up. Okay, let's see if we can push the Japanese back across the Yellow River here. I'm assuming it's the Yellow River. No idea. Insufficient resources, steel. Let's look at casualties. Yes, yes, the Japanese are suffering heavy casualties. I like how these Soviet volunteer divisions are just like chilling out near Shanghai. Probably getting drunk. Oh god, the Japanese are pushing further west. Let's extend this line. World news. Indian National Congress triumphs in provincial elections. In the recent local elections, the Indian National Congress has achieved an overwhelming majority for their platform of slow and ordered transition to local government and dominion status in the future. It appears that Indians have rejected the more radical policies advocated by Gandhi, who had argued for a total break with Britain. Interesting. Let's see if we can order some fortifications here. There are some here already that have been built by Shaanxi by the looks of it, which is good. Let's prioritise those. I'm not too worried about this because that's the other side of the river. Yes, they're trying to outflank us. We need to massively extend this. We no longer have a reserve, it seems. Plan to push them back to the river is we're estimated to be at a massive disadvantage. Oh god, I knew this would happen. Okay, right, these Japanese divisions are cut off now, which is good. Which is good. How many unassigned divisions do we have that we can throw into the reserve? Because we are losing some ground here. Right, these coastal divisions, they need to be. Why are they fighting here? If you want to fight on this front, then you need to join a different army. Let's have a look. So yeah, you need to join the Army 3. Really need to take this salient. It's a good job they've been cut off here. This is very good. They're trying to push through and fight their way back into this pocket, but it's absolutely failing at the minute. Okay, we might just be able to hold this. Decisions are available, so can we try and reduce army corruption, army reform? We need more army experience for that. We're nearly there, actually, we're nearly there. Well, I say we're nearly there. It's going to take a while to get there. That's what we need to work towards. Yes, the Japanese are suffering much heavier casualties than us. Especially if we cut off and destroy these 3 divisions here. Which I think we should be able to do. Can we go on the offensive here though? That's the question. Right, he's got too many divisions. Let's put them in across to this army. So you detach, unassign, join. The line is still holding. The line is still holding. Okay, we can assign these divisions in here as well. And we'll give this one to the reserves, and this division, and this division. Taking a risk, maybe. Just need to watch out for naval invasions. Right, can we go on the offensive yet? Estimated plan value 10%. It's risky. Ah, the Japs have managed to come through and relieve this pocket. That's not good. Perhaps we can give them a different plan to push a spearhead through here. So delete that. Spearhead. 19 divisions. Let's just go on the offensive. A suicidal attack maybe. Divisions are not in place yet. If we can cut this salient off, we can inflict heavy casualties. And if there's one thing we have more of than the Japanese, it's men. So let's just throw men into the breach. Oh, come on. We need this is the whole war hangs on this front now. Come on, boys. Any more unassigned divisions? Join the reserve. Let's assign them all. And we can give a force attack, which gives us an offensive bonus. Let's do that. That costs command power. Come on, let's cut them off. Let's cut them off. We're essentially fighting into their flank here. Shit, oh, it's not going well here though. Right, the Japanese offensive appears to have stopped all the way along this line. So let's extend this fallback line, shall we? Start bringing some divisions from the 3rd Army to try just defend this, stop the Japanese from pushing any further inland. While fortifications are being built here, perhaps we should try and build some more around here. Let's do it. And prioritise their construction. Two divisions, we accept. Join the reserve. That puts him up to max capacity. Where are we? Good, we've cut them off. Let's go on a general offensive then to push them out of this pocket, destroy whatever divisions are trapped in here. We need to defend this front as well, but hopefully the 3rd Army will do that. Okay, and that plan is going ahead. They're going straight into the offensive. 453,000 Japanese casualties, 237,000 plus. Come on! These guys are going to be out of supply now. Divisions from the 3rd Army are coming around to defend this little salient here to stop the Japanese making any gains there. No naval invasions are inbound. We're holding this line. There's lots of green here. This is good. This is good. Okay, so I think I'll call the episode there. In summary then, there have been no more Japanese naval invasions. There was one incoming, but we managed to, I don't know, deter it, I suppose. The Yellow River line is holding here in the east, on the northeast. Japanese try to outflank us here in the west, and they have made some gains, but we've managed to cut off a salient and cut off 3 Japanese infantry divisions. They've pushed through, they managed to link up again, but we've cut them off once more, and hopefully we can destroy them while they're out of supply, just to stabilise the left-hand flank of this one. If you enjoyed the video, then click like. If you want to see more, then click on subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.